So just a quick muse. A muse to think about your unconscious mind dealing with physical cuts and emotional cuts. The little ones, the scratches, and the deeper ones. Something to think about and something to go deeper in at another time. But this is something just to muse over, to get you curious of what can be done.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
The 5-minute quickie, something to muse about. And this is a little close to my heart. It's something I'm going to do a longer podcast on to really dive deeply into. And you're probably thinking, what the is he talking about? You see, when you cut yourself, you know you're going to heal, don't you? You just know. It's something that your body just does for you. You heal. Whether it's a little scratch, you know it's going to heal. You don't even think about that. You might just wash it. Just look after yourself. But you know. And for me, it's that prime directive of your unconscious mind. What's that? It's the one that says, I've got to heal you. I've got to keep you safe. Got to keep you healthy. And so your system gets into gear. Your unconscious mind starts that healing process. And it just does it for you. Now, sometimes you might need a little bit of help because you have something which is, a little bit deeper, a deeper cut. You might need help from somebody else, such as a doctor, a nurse, someone like that. We all need help from, people, don't we? We need help sometimes for those deeper things. But the thing is, you heal. And sometimes there'll be a scar, a little scar that's, in my mind, it's there to remind you how bad it was in the past. It was a deep cut. It was something maybe quite serious. But it's a reminder to you that you've healed. It's in the past. And I think that's the same with emotional scars. When we've cut ourselves, it might be just a little bit of anger. That scratch. Something that you might want to work on. But you know you're going to get better. But then there's those deeper things. Those, we call them significant emotional events. Events that, are quite highly emotional. Sometimes they're intense. And you need a little bit of help. Maybe therapy. Maybe hypnosis. Maybe a podcast from someone who does hypnosis and is a therapist. I don't know. But I also know it's your unconscious mind will heal because it's there to protect you. And that scar, when it's finished, is to remind you that it was a bad time back then, but you've healed. That's what all it is. And it's how we talk about it and if we still feel about it. And that's why I want to dive deeply into this in a longer podcast. I've been writing a few notes this morning. So we'll dive deeply into it and work out exactly how you can make sure that those emotional cuts, the deep ones, do get healed properly. So you can move on with your life because you'll have learned what you need to learn from those events. Because at that time, you probably didn't have sufficient information, sufficient skills, behaviours to deal with it. And that's okay. Because your unconscious mind is there to help you learn and have those learnings. Well, we call them being available to you whenever you need them, which means then you learn what you need to learn, and therefore you don't need that negative emotion or those limiting beliefs to keep reminding you that there's still something to learn, which is like the scab, I guess. The scab on a cut, saying, still a bit more to go. So if you are suffering from emotional cuts, do have a listen. Have a listen out for an eye out. Not one, but two. 2 eyes. And really, well, keep an eye out for the next longer podcast. It'll be called something like Healing Emotional Scars. That's all it is. And we'll dive into it and I'll give you all the help I can. But this is just something to think about. Get your conscious mind and your unconscious mind to muse. To think, hey, I have healed. That time back there was bad, but it was in the past, or is in the past, and now I don't feel anything. Or to muse about, well, maybe I do need some help still. And I'm going to listen out for Cluffy's longer podcast, a longer episode, to really get the help I need. Either way, I hope that's got you thinking. If you know of somebody who might need that type of help, the one you know is still going through some stuff, tell them about this and share them if you would. Share this with those people and maybe they'll listen out for that longer podcast. But either way, it'll be knowledge for you to help share with other people and share with yourself, or give you that recognition that, yeah, I'm done. I can move on because I've got what I need. There you go. Very serious of a sort. We do some really serious stuff as well. So let's get down to it and make sure we live the life we want, and a rich life in every sense of the word. If you want more, do email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com, and I'll answer you and I'll see if I can come up with a solution for your issues. Enjoy. Have more fun than you can stand, and fly.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.